And also, firstly, thank you for coming. And without you, I don't have opportunity to share. And as we all know that the word gratitude, we first heard, I think, very quite familiar in Mangala Sutta, right? Agaro-vocha, nivato-cha, santuti-cha, katanyuta. Reverence, humility, contentment, and gratitude. Yeah, and most of the time when we heard gratitude, we always think about like appreciating something, right? But the word gratitude that the Buddha mentioned is even deeper in perspective, right? And the Buddha said in Anguttara Nikaya, I said there are these two person is very difficult to find in the world. Okay, number one is one who is first in doing kindness. This is one type of person very hard to find in the world. The second one is one who is grateful and thankful for the kindness that is done. Can you see? One is one who is first to do a kindness. The second one is one who is grateful and thankful for a kindness done. So these two kind of person is very difficult to find in the world, according to the Buddha. So you can see that when the Buddha talks about gratitude, he talks about impair, a kindness that is done, and another one is one who is grateful and thankful for that kindness done. So meaning someone do act of kindness, and another is rejoicing or being thankful for that kindness to happen. Yeah, so it's very rare, and so because it's very rare, so when you meet with some kind action, so treasure them very well and be thankful for that, because it's very rare. Yeah, and so sometimes when we say, we say, oh, we are thankful because our neighbor are so unkind, right? So we can practice patience. Or we are thankful because, there's something else that spoils certain things and we can learn persistency. But is that what the Buddha mean by gratitude? If you hear the definition, yeah? So we think that will be helpful for our good cultivation, but that is not exactly what gratitude means. Because you may think, oh, so then you can do bad things to another person so that somebody else can learn something, good quality. You think that is helpful? So gratitude is not, you can appreciate some challenges that come into your life and you say, oh, I am thankful for that person because of that he did that to me, then I become very strong. But no one actually wants unkindness to come into your life, right? To be thankful for that, right? So we have to get it right here, yeah? We can be strong, we can learn about persistence, but exactly gratitude actually is deeper than what we think. Not just merely appreciating something that happened into our life and we can learn something good, but it's precisely about kind action and be thankful for that kind action that is done. So this is the Buddha's teaching and the Buddha's way of pointing out, this virtue that is important in the cultivation of our mind. For gratitude, I would say, is impaired with kindness. Means a kind action done, and then that we are thankful and grateful for that kindness done. Yeah, so it means there is a higher recipient and higher, you can say, demand of more kindness to happen. Yeah, when someone do something good, and then you are thankful to them, and they feel very good, and then they encourage them to do even more good. And when you are thankful to people, you also feel that because it's the sense of like in depth. Means you are in depth because people can do or go all the way out to do something for us, which you actually felt benefited from their kind action. And of course, you also not only you feel that you benefited from them, yeah, but you can also sense the extent of the person who did that. They go all the way out. They can choose not to do that, but they go all the way out to act kindly to us or to do something for us. You can say a little bit of sacrifice there. But this means what? They can choose not to do so. Just like maybe your parents. They can give birth to you, but some choose, most choose, yeah, to really sacrifice a lot, to nurture, to care, to bring up, and to introduce you to the world. But they also can choose not to do so. There are some parents also chose not to do so. Yeah? So when we look back into people who have come into our life, who have made our life much convenient, easy, we really have to be thankful for that, because not everything comes like when we are successful. We think I am successful because I do this, I do that. Do you think so that without those people around you, that you'll be that successful? The house, nobody to care, nobody to cook for you, nobody, to do all this thing for you. Then when you come back, you have to do a lot of things. But we tend to take it for granted. Isn't it? How much time do we say thank you to our loved ones, to our parents, to our children, to our husband, to our wife, or to our friends, or to someone that we meet? We tend to take it for granted because why? It's like, well, I think it's your job. You should do it. Yeah? So we take it for granted. Because we didn't see that act of doing something for someone is an act of kindness. Yeah? And if we are able to be thankful for that kind action, you'll find in a family a lot of happiness. Because the act of kindness become more contagious in that sense. Yeah? But a lot of time we have these impulses in our mind. The kind thoughts or the kind impulses have to fight to overcome the unkind thoughts. Right? Sometimes we always ask, why should I do it for you? Right? We always sometimes think that way, why should I? But when your parents do it for you, then you just enjoy it, right? But your parents ask you to do something to help them, then you think, why should I do for you? Right? So this is where, because we still haven't understand, how much they have done for us. Yeah. So gratitude here, like according to Buddha, is something that you will feel a sense of in that. Because people go to the extent, if you reflect your parents' care, your parents' sacrifice, how much they have done for us in order for us to be what we are today. Yeah? Without their care, without their nurturing, without their time spent, we won't be what we are today. So there are specifically, the Buddha talk about gratitude comes basically parents. Also the Buddha said there are two persons which is very difficult for us to repay our gratitude. One is your mother, the other one is your father. And why is it so? You see, the Buddha said, even when our parents, as they grow old, and you can actually, massage them, and you can do whatever physically for their comfort. Even you can carry them on your back, and you nurse them very well. Even if they urinate and defecate on your shoulder, even to the extent, you can take care of all the physical part of it. The Buddha said, you can never repay what they have done for you, because they really spend so much time, shed so many tears for you. So, only way to repay, the Buddha said, the only way you can repay your parents, is by what? If you have an unbelieving parents, meaning they don't have conviction into what is the essence of life, they have no direction about life, then if you can bring them to have faith in the Triple Gem, then you have repay gratitude to them. If you have a parent who is not virtuous, and if you can bring and teach them, guide them patiently to learn to cultivate the virtue, simple one, 5 precepts, then you are repaying the gratitude to them. And if they don't have, they are very stingy, maybe they have a lot of money but very stingy, then you also help and lead them to become generous. And the last one, the Buddha said, and if they are foolish, so patiently guide them, lead them to have wisdom. Then by doing so means to have a conviction, have a faith in something which is good, something which is pure, then we are leading them out from samsara. That is how we repay gratitude to our parents. So nowadays, most of us, we think that by, bringing our parents to holidays, giving them massage, good nurse, good maid, and they can massage them every day. You work very hard for that. The Buddha said, you can't really repay what they have really done for you. When you are young, you are helpless. They are the one that is there for you. That's why the Buddha said, our parents is the God in the house. They are the first teachers. And they're all the providers. Isn't it? When you pray, you can pray to anyone, I'm hungry. Then who will be the one that first serve you? Your mom. So that's why the Buddha said that your parents, they are the gods in the house. The first to answer your call. And this is where, again, in order to help them, it is true, the Dhamma. Physically, you can provide anything, but this body, nevertheless, one day will have to be put down. The only thing is the mind. So we said, Buddhists, sometimes we say, oh, we don't convert people, right? But I think we Buddhists have to convert. Be a convert. Become what convert? From stinginess to generosity. From anger to love. And from ignorance to wisdom. So people say, oh, you don't convert people. I say, yes, we do convert people. And this is the best conversion, isn't it? So for our parents, it's the same. This is how we can help them to encourage them. I have to say I'm sorry because I'm late, because also I'm trying to convert my father. He has been, this 2 years, he has been in critical situation, in and out, from hospital, ICU. Just now before we came, Siu King is supposed to fetch me, and she received a call from my mother. Then my father was very breathless and couldn't control urination and all those things. So I said, so it's best to drop by to, have a look and chant for him, and reminded him. I said, Father, you have to, keep reminding yourself, keep chanting. I said, when you recall to mind the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha, I said, then you will receive the blessings and protection. So don't have fear. Yeah. So encourage. So after chanting for him, bless him, then at least slow down a bit. Yeah. But we know that it is more or less the time to prolong it. And last 1 month, he was also sent into ICU. And he wake up and he asked Siu King, my sister, why do you send me in again? Then Siu King say, Ayah say, not time yet because you haven't reached the wisdom yet. Cannot go yet. Yeah. So I told my dad, yes, this buffer time is for you to learn, to accept, to understand, and to have faith. Yeah. So he got no other choice but to still cultivate. Yeah. And, sometimes we may think, like, I used to hear my father say, I know, won't be long already. Yeah. So sometimes we think that people, when say like that, you think they understood. But I know he hasn't. So the other time, the third time ICU came up, I asked him directly. I said, Dad, you say it won't be long already. But I want to ask you this question. Can you accept it? You hear people uttering, like, you think they can accept, but not really. You have to understand their heart. So you know what my father said? 50-50 lah. So I said, not too bad. Now you can accept 50-50. So 50 more to go. Yeah, learn and understand. And I said, one day. But my mom, already ready. My mom said, anytime I can go. I'm ready. I know I'm going to heaven, she said. She's so confident. My mom very confident. Yeah. In only time, is it now? Buying time. So sometimes when I meet people, I can talk Dhamma to them. Two different character. Yeah. My dad seems to be very strong, but comes to this station, then he start to, waver. But we encourage. That's why I say it's our duty as children to help them to understand. So then I say, I told my dad, we also wish you can end up in good station because you have been doing a lot of good deeds, kindness. Yeah. So every time when they invite me back home to offer dana, then I will also give them the Dhamma, sharing with them. And then every time I go, my father will give Navakama. I said, okay, we take this to build temple next time. So then wish him. So whatever good deeds you have done is very good, is it? Sometimes we remind that if you still got anything that you are concerned. Sometimes you recall, when I was young, I don't know, I might have what they call, they stay in kampong. So, sometimes you may do what they call catch frogs lah, and all those kind of things. In the past, in kampong, we always do that. So what to do? I said, okay, repent. Teach them how to overcome those resentment or guilt. Yeah. So this is how we can help our parents, and this is how we can repay our gratitude to them, so they can have ease of mind. And in future, of course, hopefully, when they move on, in this samsara, we might meet again if we have not end, but at least you know that you have paved way for them to move on in a good direction. And definitely, kind action is very important. They say the pair, kindness, and then thankfulness for a kindness done. So, the depth of gratitude, only to 3 types. Number 1, to your parents. Number 2, to your teachers. Yeah. So like the Buddha said, when you learn the Dhamma, how do we repay gratitude to our teachers? The Buddha says it's not just by offering. The best that we can repay for our teacher is to practice the Dhamma. So when you're practicing, Buddha said, of course, is actually the 37 Bodhipakkhya. Means first, practice 4 foundation of mindfulness. Yeah? Then move on to exert the right effort. And then the road to success. Means fruitful way of living. Yeah? And next is understanding and develop the 5 faculties. Yeah? And then next is to develop the 5 powers. Yeah? And next, the 7 factors of enlightenment. And then at the end, Noble Eightfold Path. Right? So these are the way how we can repay back the kindness, the compassion that our teacher has shown to us, care for us. So it is the practice again that just now I said the definition. One who is first to do an act of kindness. The other one is to be thankful, to have gratitude for a kindness done. Yeah. So just like Lord Buddha, he has spent so much time to discover the truth, right? He has gone through 6 years of self-mortification. Why? Because he has to test all means and ways of cultivation. And of course, finally, he understood which way can really lead us out. Yeah? And for that, I think we are really thankful for the Buddha. And getting to know the Triple Gem is definitely a faith that is never failing anyone, unless we don't have the faith. Yeah, that's why the Buddha said we only have 2 mistakes in life. One, never get started. Yeah, to learn the Dhamma. Second, we never go all the way. Yeah? So in doing so, like I said, it's not the material things that is important, but of course, for our living, we need to earn. But that is not the ultimate. Yeah? To really have gratitude, it is the development of the good practice, the actions that follows. So when we do kindness, then you know that an act of kindness has been done. And what you're gearing to is you yourself are now upgrading yourself to become a rare species. Yeah? You yourself, a rare person in the world. Yeah? And this is where that we can change, to make things, make our family, our community, our world to become a place where you can experience peace and harmony. Because if everyone act in such a way and people have gratitude, then you will see things will progress. Yeah, that's why we say even the word thank you is so simple, but very few people say it. You watch yourself today, how many times you say thank you? Not even one time, sometimes. Today, did you say thank you to anyone? Yes? That's good. But if you haven't, then you have to start doing that. Yeah? Oh, okay. So we got to start now then. Yeah? So it's like that. Yeah? So it means whatever little things that people do for us, yeah, we learn to have gratitude. Means you just know that they can choose not to do that for us, but they take the extent to do it for us. Yeah, you may think that at home, Wife must sweep floor lah, must clean here, clean that. You take it for granted, right? But we have to be thankful. Yeah, your children maybe do something else for you, even throw rubbish. Yeah, be thankful. Yeah, because without that, then you got to do it yourself. You know, and how much more when people do a lot of things for us actually, but we take it for granted. Yeah, so that's why when you take things for granted, that's where a lot of unhappiness will come to you. Yeah. So if you're thankful, like I said, that thankfulness actually demands a higher kindness to happen again. Yeah, isn't it? When you are thankful to people, you can see their response. They become very happy, and that reinforces their good actions, kind actions, again and again. So when you can do it again and again, not only in your family that you are developing these qualities, but that is extending to people around you. Yeah. So, like I said, first to your parents, then to your teachers, and then the people that come by your life. And the depth of gratitude, yeah, you will feel that sense of, because you receive the benefit from them, yeah, and you find and you understand that the intention behind their action, that kind of actions, is touching your heart. I know they have done something out. They really go all the way out to help us or to make us happy. Yeah? And that is where that you find indebted. Yeah? So in gratitude also, when you do kind acts, people also know whether your intention is pure or not. Right? You may be doing a kind act, but with impure intention. Or you may be doing a kind act, meaning like, let's say you are generous. You want to give somebody a gift. But instead of, respectfully you give, yeah, then you just, throw the things to them, or not really, respectfully giving them, people won't feel, yeah, that kindness act. Although it's like generous act, right? But it's not kind, incomplete, yeah, not complete. So you see, it still the kind act comes with the intention, pure intention. If the pure intention is there, even by simple help, the person feels so touched. Yeah, simple act. Yeah. So like I say, sometimes in our practice, I remember once in the hospital, I met this lady who was sick. So how to, I see that she's very sad. Yeah, so I thought maybe I can do something. Yeah, what I do is I just went to her and then I just hold her hand. She was holding a necklace with cross, and I think there's a maid. She was very young, and so I just hold her hand. I said, "Sister, you'll be all right." Just look straight to her eye and just smile. I said, "You'll be all right." And suddenly, from a very sad, like no hope kind of face, she looked up, and then she just like open up, and she start to also like give a very. It's just like suddenly it's like she felt somebody care, yeah, and she just like open up and look at me, and then feel like more relief, yeah. Then I just reinforce again. I say, "You'll be all right." Yeah. So I just say that, but I feel so good because I can't give much to her. I don't know what is happening to her, but I knew that she's suffering probably from maybe terminal illness. Yeah, we don't know, but the way she looked is like helpless and hope, no hope like that. Just a few words, it helps. Yeah, so kind act can be in your words, in your thoughts, yeah, in your actions, but sincerely from your heart. So that kind of people can sense that. So that's why it will actually make us felt indebted sometimes, because kindness is being done, the intention is so pure, and you felt deep into your heart. And this is where you wish that you want to repay back, that kind of kindness you want to pay back. And how do you pay back? Again, by doing some kind act, kind thought, kind speech. So this is where the gratitude and kindness come together in pair. Yeah? So when we talk about the Buddha's teaching on gratitude, this is where we should understand in a way that what it is, rather than, like I say, like I said, your neighbor who is very, very unkind, then you say, I'm thankful for him because it makes me more patient. So it is not that kind of definition. Although yes, but we are giving a wrong idea of a gratitude kind of practice. Yeah, it's a kind action, not unkind. You see, because nobody wish somebody else to be unkind to us. So start with ourselves, and this is a blessing. The Buddha said, out of the 38 blessings, this is one of the blessings. So when we have gratitude, other qualities actually comes in. So even if we develop one quality, just like gratitude, yeah, and always be number one, be kind yourself. Number two, be thankful for other people's kindness. Yeah, that is done. So be generous with your thank you. In Buddhist way, we always say sadhu, right? But then also, like I say, intention is very important. Sometimes we can seem to be rejoicing with other people's act, but sometimes we know in our heart, we may sadhu, 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 then in our heart you say, I can even do better than that. that kind of intention sometimes, isn't it? The mouth is saying sadhu, supposed to be rejoicing, and like being happy for them, but in the heart, yeah, we have that kind of unwholesome thoughts. Yeah, so it is important to check. So action that benefited, yes, but intention. Yeah, so you have to go together, and so the actual benefit will really be very superb for the cultivation of the mind. So it's a blessing, because when we have that quality in our mind, gratitude, you see, it ties with what? It ties with kindness, love, reverence, humility, yeah, and contentment. Because when you have gratitude, it means everything that comes into your life, yeah, you find that it is someone that go to the extra mile to help us in our life, to make our life at ease, at peace. Yeah, everything in our life, if you look around, we cannot, without them, our life will be very difficult. Yeah, if the rubbish men don't come, yeah, you will suffer. Yeah, and I still remember last time I was working in a retail line. Most of the time we were complained. Yeah, and I remember at one time the sewage system was blocked, so the whole supermarket smelled stinky, and everybody that passed by, even my sales manager, everybody would say, very smelly. You go, anybody you meet, they come and tell you, very smelly. So everybody can complain, very smelly, but nothing being done. So at the time, I was a branch manager. So I called my cleaner, let's go in and see what happened. So I asked her to open it up. And then, of course, we see some people flush in, those kind of things that get stuck. Then I asked the cleaner to, just use long stick to poke inside. And after that, we pour some anti-odor things and close back. So no more smell. That one, no more smell, but our whole attire is smelly. So I told my cleaner, okay, I said I'll be going back to take my bath. You also go back and take a bath. Then we come back and work. So we get it done. So no more smelly. But most people will always say smelly. We always complain. Yeah? Oh? To comment on those things is very easy. But just that little act will solve the problem. So in our life, again, it's the same. When we have the opportunity to do something good, something kind, especially when we do Vesak things or Buddhist work, sometimes we say, why should I work so much? Volunteer, but should be happy, right? Wow, I'm giving this opportunity to do meritorious deed. But did we reflect that way? Sometimes we'll be thinking, wow, why should I do this so much, work for me? But we hardly think in a very positive way that, another opportunity to extend our kind act. Yeah. So when we do that happily, knowing that we did it not because of anything, it's for a good practice. It's our offering for others, so they can have the opportunity to learn. They can sit comfortably, especially when you come here, the cushions are already laid down, so you come in very easily. You can sit down with aircon, nice ambience. Do you think that when you come here, you say, so thankful, the person who have done this for us? Hardly, right? We come in, zoom, we go. Sometimes, yeah. So these are the things, simple thing that we should also reflect and be thankful. So even though you may not know who, but when your thoughts goes like that, that person will receive. Yeah. So this is where, like I said, when we practice gratitude, it is a blessing in helping us to discover and to improve many other virtues, in life. Just practicing gratitude, but how sometimes we say, number one, say it out. When time for saying thank you, say it. Say sadhu also can, timely and with good intention and that kind of appreciative attitude. And then secondly, like in our day, every day before you sleep, you can also practice that. You can recall to mind. First, maybe you can be thankful that, in this life, we are able to learn and associate with the Buddha, Dhamma, and the Sangha. And then you can recall to mind 3 persons that you'd like to be thankful to. Before you sleep, you can recall anyone, just 3 persons. And then you can say it out. If you remember your mom, you can say, Mom, thank you for, bringing me to this world, that I got to know about the Triple Gem. And now I'm on the right path and I'm more happy. To your colleague that pop up in your mind, then you say, thank you, for helping me to get my things done more smoothly or to support me in whatever way. And another person. So you can do that as a practice every day. So when you do that every day, you'll find, even in the research, when people are grateful to others, you'll find their own well-being is increasing. So it's a very simple virtue, can be done, and it's very helpful for our own physical and mental development. So we hope that all of us can be able to cultivate this. And in memory of our late chief, we are also very thankful to him, because without him, I think we wouldn't be sitting here today. And with his teaching, and he has sacrificed, his whole life in Malaysia. He came to Malaysia, I think, at the age of 35, and he preached for 52 years. And of course, he was born in Sri Lanka, but he passed away in Malaysia, for the sake of the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. And I think thousands and thousands of people benefited from his teaching, his way of living. And I still remember last time Brother Chim told me there's one time when they are having a Dhamma talk, and it was raining heavily, storm. So Brother Chim was a bit worried that maybe not many people will come for the Dhamma talk. And, every Friday they have fetched. Chief was so kind to go to Subang Jaya to give talk. So he was a bit worried. And so he said, Chief, so sorry, today, it's a big storm and maybe nobody come or very few people will come. Then you know what Chief answer is? The late Chief said, don't worry. Even if there's one person come, I will still teach. How compassionate. Right? So he's not worried. Brother Chim got one person already. If nobody come, he will preach to him. So he will get all the blessing, to listen one-to-one. Yeah. So sometimes you may think, you are so worried that, things. But for Dhamma, yeah, that is our chief passion in teaching. Yeah. And of course, he has many learning curve also, how he adapt himself to teach the Malaysian. Yeah, I still remember the joke last time when first chief came, he don't know Bahasa Malaysia. And one time, the Chinese lady came. So instead of saying, duduk, duduk, he go and say, tido, tido. That lady looked at him, after that, quickly go off. You see? There's so much effort, in trying to reach out, to help people, yeah, and a lot of things. But you see, when you practice all these good deeds, even also one time she said, he was standing under a coconut tree. Then somehow, suddenly he has a feeling, like something telling him, don't stand under the coconut tree. Because if the coconut fell, then, then when the thought comes, he just stand one side and really one coconut fell. Yeah, so she said, that is Deva telling me. So when you do good deeds also, you are communicating, yeah, with others. So, like in memory of late Chief, like I said, for us to repay gratitude to our late Chief is to carry on his vision and mission for the Buddhists in Malaysia, and also to extend it to the world, because his book has traveled translated in many languages and also into many countries. So I hope to Lord Buddha, to our late Chief, to our parents, to those people who have come by your life that you are indebted to, today onwards, learn, to repay that gratitude to them, so we can make a better world, a better place, a better family, a better me. Yeah, it start from us and become that rare species, which is a good species for world peace and world harmony. All right, I think with that, I end my talk. And if you have any question, then we can share. Okay.
Are there any questions that you want to ask? Anybody?
Yeah, one question. Just now you say when people want to die, they are ready or not ready. When you say they are ready, what exactly you mean by when we are ready?
And then basically when we meet with a lot of elderly or people who are sick, and some are terminally ill, and some, of course, due to sickness. When you see people who are more ready to accept the time that one day they will move on, you can see they are very steady. They are not fearful. Yeah, and they were like willingly, when time comes, they can just let go of the body and move on. Because in their mind, the mental state that is coming to them, it's a happy state. Yeah, it's not a state that we still hold on attached to what is now, even though it is not in conducive environment or conducive state. The body is, let's say, what they call deteriorating, and but some people still hold on because they still attached to it. So when they are attached to it, of course, a lot of suffering, mental suffering that happens. And not only the suffering, the carers also suffer because they don't know actually what is happening and why they still, continue to suffer, and it prolongs. Yeah? But those who are ready, when time comes, they just let go and they'll move on. There are many cases I heard. Yeah? Not only heard, we also have seen before. Sometimes when people are worried about something, they're not ready to go. So they can hang on, even the body is deteriorating. I remember one case, one of my devotees, the mother was 80 plus, suffering from, I think, colon cancer. And it was at the verge of dying. But still hang on, continue in the hospital for 2 weeks, I heard. And then what happened is that when I went and I see her, the smells that comes out, I can smell rotten smell already. Inside is rottening. But she was holding on. And the heartbeat was 140, very high. And then after that, before on the journey, I was asking the son, I said, what did your mother do every day, in terms of maybe her spiritual cultivation? So my mom used every morning, we have a Kuan Yin image at home. She would just put 3 joss-stick and pray. That's all what she do. Then other than that, I just going to get some idea what the mother do. And when I reached there, I'll just talk to her because she speaks Cantonese and my Cantonese is not so good. So I told the son, I speak in English, you translate to your mom. You just talk to her. I said, Auntie, I said, because I see all the children are there. And they look very kind, and also the way they speak to the mother and all those things. So I felt they are also, that is the upbringing, means the mother has taught them well. And I so just speak to her, I say, you're a good mother, you have raised up good children, and all the children are here. And first I also asked them, are they ready to let the mother go? If time comes. Yeah? And so they said, actually they knew the condition is, deteriorating. And if the time comes, they said yes. And then after talking to her, I chant for her, bless her and everything. So I just talked to her. I said, Auntie, I said, every day you have been praying to Kuan Yin. I said, so continue to do that in your prayers. And if you see Kuan Yin, I said, you just follow her. And then I also said, you got a very good children. All of them are here, and they accompany you. And because you're a good mother, I said, so you should also be happy because you have done your duty as a good mother. And all the children know how to take care of themselves. And then I told the children, if you have anything to tell a mom, tell her. Like you love her or thank her or whatever. So each of the children just talk to my mom, thank you so much for bringing us up and giving us good whatever. So they just tell the mom, and I say, if you think anything that you find that your mother feel uneasy about, okay, seek forgiveness. Then finish that. Then I told them, do you think your mother have any worry? If you think so, then you tell her not to worry. So the son told the mother, Mom, is it my wife and my son is coming from Australia on the way. But Mom, if you cannot wait, it is okay. Then the daughter tell her, Mom, somebody's name, I said, don't worry about him. We will take care of him. Yeah. Then after saying that, finish. Then interestingly, from 140, yeah, the heartbeat comes down to 70 plus. Before that, the son told me that few days is 140 plus, 130 plus. When I went also, she was like gulping the air. Miss, she stay hanging on, cannot let go. But after talking to her, after ask them to seek forgiveness, and then telling her not to worry, they will take care of this and that. And then after that, when the what they call the heartbeat goes down to 70 plus, means normal. She's breathing quite normally. So I thought my job done. So I seek permission. I said, okay, you all continue to remind your mom about Kuan Yin. Ask her to remember Kuan Yin, and remind her of all the good deeds that she has done, and thank her. Then after that, we just left and to the car park. Then the sister, means the person who touched me, the sister, called the brother. I said, Mom is passing on. So come back quickly. So we went out again. Then they also called the doctor. She just passed away peacefully, surrounded by the daughters. And so sometimes they hang on because of something. Either resentment, sometimes either guilt, sometimes either worry. Yeah, and that's why they hang on. Even the body is rotting. Yeah, so cases like that. So ready, not ready? Ready one? Very interesting one. When ready, they can tell you when they want to go. Yeah, they're not scared to go. Yeah, because why? The mental state that comes towards the end is in a good high frequency. So when you are happy, you're not afraid of things. It is when you worry, then your mind becomes scattered. That is where you become. I would say you cannot accept what is now. Yeah. So many cases, even my own grandfather, when he passed away, it was very peaceful. He just go to the bed, lie down, and then the grandchildren comes around him. He just one look, finish, close the eyes, go. Yeah. So that's why I see in my mom and my dad different. My mom is always saying, I'm ready. I'm sure to go heaven when she said. Yeah. She was very thankful because she said, because of my father was sick, so they came back to KL and stayed with my sister. And because of that, my sister can always organize dana at home, so then fetch me to go back and then let them offer the dana. And then from there I can talk back to them about the Dharma. And then that is where she said, only 1 year, I said, I'm so thankful. Last time in JB, you said, cannot hear so much. Luckily got Sifu now, got the, Su King. So I can listen to the Dhamma, I said. And then she used to say, well, I know, 師傅講啊, he said, 佛祖 means she mentioned is like the Reverend said the Buddha will never tell lie. So we must believe 100%, she said. So she's like, she's so confident. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad too, even within 1 year, because of the encounter, offering dana, and all of them, they're so happy to do that. So we're just encouraging them to do it, and hopefully they can end up in good RAM. They can move on. I say, even you become a deva, I say, before you go, you must make aspiration. In whatever good RAM you go also, if you have not end, remember Buddha Dhamma Sangha. Then I say, next time when you're born again, you can continue again your journey. Yeah, must remember that, or else I say, then you end up in heaven, happy-go-lucky. You forget everything. Yeah, then you don't accumulate your merit again. You don't continue, with the practice again. That can be also a waste, isn't it? Sometimes when we are striving, you remember, wow, suffering we have to get out from suffering. Then after that, your life become better. Then you forgot about what suffering world is all about. Yeah. Then after you fall again, then only remember again. So when we are in good state, remember all the way. Yeah. So having, like I said, the mental state of readiness is by cultivation. Yeah, by cultivation. So you can see in people, yeah, the readiness means they don't have fear, they don't have worry. They are ready anytime. It's just like when you see a person, even like normal time, if they have understanding about, let's say, going for a camp, for example. Some children, you ask them to go for a camp, they're not ready. They will fight with you, they don't want to go. right? Some, they know what camp is all about. Then they are willing, they are happy to go. Yeah, so you say, oh, go to camp, oh, very fast they want to go. Yeah, some, you ask them to go, also they don't want to go, right? Because they have all these thoughts which may not be correct, the way they perceive the place or perceive the state. So cultivation helps to bring faith and confidence in what is good and, the next state that will come. So I hope that answers your question. Yeah.
Any more questions?
Yes.
Yeah, good evening. I understand, especially for elderly people, which they have not much exposure to the Dharma, and it's very, very difficult. To ask them, they say, to go to the temple. To listen to talks, because I think they have this so-called fear. I don't call it fear, but I think maybe because they have not have the exposure. So how could we actually overcome that? Means to be able to bring them to the temple. To be exposed to Dhamma.
Yeah, a lot of our elders, of course, especially the Chinese, we grow up with Taoism and hardly, but at home, of course, some will have some deities. And we said, like the Buddha said, to help our parent to understand, to have conviction. Is conviction, of course, here we say Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. And so we have to also observe what is the icon that helps to bring them the confidence. I remember got one devotee shared with me, he said, when I told my mother-in-law, Sakyamuni Buddha, we pay respect to the Sakyamuni Buddha, and I can recite the name of Sakyamuni Buddha. My mother-in-law said, no, that is your Buddha. My Buddha is Amitabha. You see or not the way they think? So you have to know what icon they are taking, means what brings conviction for them. Yeah, if Amitabha is the one, okay, we talk about Amitabha. We don't have to argue, no, Sakyamuni Buddha is the one. You don't like that, then you quarrel. Yeah, so accord to them because already fixed in their mind. Mainly because why? We always said our main goal is liberation. Yeah. But how many people can really have that goal very strongly? They can't even embrace what do you mean by liberation. To most people, heaven is still the best place. They can only embrace up to heaven. Yeah? So if you see that state of mind can understand that level, we just give them to that level first. Because just like if a person is in primary school, you talk to them about university stuff, how could that person appreciate what you're trying to convey to them? Yeah? So it is very important. So you have to find out. Some people, they have conviction in Kuan Yin. So talk to them about Kuan Yin. It's okay, no problem. Because all this will give them the perspective of goodness, protection, and they feel confident in whichever bodhisattva they think that will be helpful for them. So we just go accordingly first. Then, when they can accept, they are able to understand more. Then they say, oh, Kuan Yin also learn from Sakyamuni Buddha. Then slowly upgrade. First, you have to go to what their level first. Then you have to understand. From there, then we talk about, after the icon, then we talk about the quality. Then it's from that quality that we can associate easily. For example, we said, when we talk about, like we said value, I always tell people, no, actually is virtue. You can have Eastern value, Western value. But when you talk about virtue, you go across, transcend religion, transcend caste, transcend race. Yeah? When you talk about kindness, you feel with your heart. when they talk about, let's say, Western culture, Eastern culture, or Chinese culture, Malay culture, it can be different. The value can be different. Yeah, you can define in this way, you can define in the other way. But when you talk about kindness, you don't know how to define it, but then you feel with the heart. So you see, all this virtue actually transcend, yeah, the barrier that we have from our thoughts. So we're talking about helping them to develop virtue. So at times, I said, some elderly in the past, when they talk about virtue, we talk about 5 precepts. Yeah, 5 precepts. So if our parents used to, first precept, let's say, in different ways that they kill, then after knowing, they will change. Yeah, so gradually they will change. I mean, I can see through my own parents' transformation that when we were young, because my mom is very diligent, and in the past, to have meat is not so easy, isn't it? Only Chinese New Year you have chicken. Certain festive only you have that. Yeah, so to buy is expensive. So my mother bred chickens, and I still remember when we were young. At one time, my mother called my elder sister for the festive to kill a chicken, and my elder sister, very scared and smart, asked me to kill instead of she kill, because I catch, you kill. Okay? So at the time we don't have Dhamma, and so she catch, I kill. But when I did that, I feel so uneasy. I see the way the chicken's eyes and the way to be killed. I feel so bad. Then both of us agree. We tell our parents, no more. We're not going to kill any chicken anymore. If you wish to eat chicken, I say, better go and buy. Yeah. So since then, we don't want to kill the chicken because it feels so bad, I mean, you see the chicken running, and then after that, you catch the chicken, and then you kill, you see. And then, of course, that also teach my mom that kind of reason. We refuse to kill. And then after we learn about Dharma and all the things, even my parents, she has been a vegetarian for nearly 30 years. Yeah. So she said, when you become a vegetarian for her, she said, all my wish come true. She said, she take vegetarian to make good wish, so her wish can come true. And she also wished for a good daughter-in-law, and she got it. And she believed that. She said, she holds to that. And true, my sister-in-law is very good. Yeah. So she said, when you also take vegetarian, in Hokkien, you say, Jia zai ho ka lang m zai. Jia zai go is xiao zai. So means can also reduce and ease your karma. Yeah. So then the last one is say, Jia zai ben kia lang zai. Some people, when they're vegetarian, they're very very scared that people will know that you are now a vegetarian. They say, no need to be scared. Yeah. So this is how we can help them gradually. May not be changed one day, in one day, but gradually we bring them. And I think if you talk about Dhamma, sometimes they cannot go to listen to the Dhamma. But what they can do is festive, like Vesak or charity things. You bring them, they don't feel it so like religious or like you're trying to convert her or him, right? So you bring them to temple and say, oh, Vesak got blessing. Then you bring them. So they hear that blessing. Blessing, chúc phúc, maybe a blessing for long life, prosperity, for your family to be prosperous and happy. Then they may buy the idea. So then that opportunity you bring them. So when they go there, sometimes, they see certain things, they see so many people are so pious, so devoted, and people start chanting, then they will also start to follow. Sometimes you need that kind of environment to help to boost their connection and faith. So you start with something simple that they can actually rhyme with. And then after they want to know more, then you can start bringing them to different platform. Yeah. I still remember last time I have a friend, she's intellectual. So I had to choose, which Buddhist society I should bring her. Because she's intellectual, so she needs some rational stuff. Yeah, and she needs that kind of, discussion and other things. So sometimes also you need to know, yeah, what they need, what level they are, and then you help to pave way for them. Yeah, so that is an act of kindness too, right? Yeah, and then at the end you say, "Oh, thank you so much last time. You bring me to here." Then I start to get to know about the Dhamma, and from there they pick up and then they transform themselves. So for elderly, like I said, they have already very strong stuff in their mind. You can never easily bend them, but your kindness will help to transform them. Yeah. So like attending to them, like the Buddha say, attending to them, and then that act of kindness will slowly mellow down their hardness. Yeah, so like I said, convert them from stinginess to generosity. They cannot go temple. You say, "Oh, mother, temple got, offering of light, I can do donation, light up, good health and everything." So it's a donation. Then you encourage them, never mind, just offer light. Because that they can associate. Or you say, "Oh, building temple, so very good." Then you tell them the benefit. So, Mom, Dad, would you like to also take part? Never mind, 10 ringgit also can, 1 ringgit also can. You are encouraging the act. Yeah, gradually to be more generous. Next time you'll be surprised, instead of you asking, say, "Oh, you go temple, can I help to donate?" Yes, sometimes they will do that. Yeah, so this is where, like I say, you pave way gradually for them. First, associate with what they are familiar with, and then from there you move on to help them. Yeah, and I think that will work, right? Thanks. In the Sigalovada Sutta, the Buddha mentioned about when our parents has passed away, it's also a duty of the children to continue to do good action in memory of them. I think basically is also to do the good actions or good practice of the family to continue that tradition, which is helpful for the family. I think number 2 also we are talking about when we do a good act in memory of our late parents. If our parents are reborn in a good realm, also in a way they rejoice. But if they are not born in a good realm, and that helps, the transference of merits helps them to move on in a better realm. Yeah, so this is where that when the Buddha was asked about, when people do merits in memory of their parents, and some ask, what if my late parents all already take good rebirth, so who receive the merits? Right? And the Buddha say, in our samsaric journey, we have so many connections. Yeah, so not to worry. There are some that are very fortunate, they move on happily and in a good realm. There are some who didn't make it, and if they are in a beta realm, they'll be able to receive. Means not only our late parents, but our connection with our many other parents and relatives. So they will also be able to benefit from that. So it's a kind of, like I say, the best to repay gratitude is when they are alive. But in Sigalovada Sutta, the Buddha still mentioned, we do this offering on behalf of them. One is to carry on with our family good practices, which is helpful for even our own cultivation. And the next, of course, to help them in case they didn't take a good rebirth. Yeah, so that would be very helpful for them.
Any more questions? I have one.
Yeah.
Actually, my mom is about 78 years old. Of course, I would like her to, have a long life, but her physical condition is she has a lot of pain and things like that. This morning, I think I was having breakfast with her. She said that she dreamt about my auntie who has passed away. So I don't know what, the implications she was telling me. So I said, oh, because she's very diligent. She always chant every morning. So I said, oh, Amitofo, So I just told her that. But I don't know what is the implication that she said that, oh, I dream about my auntie who has passed away. So I said, oh, maybe you think of her, too much or daytime. She said, no. I didn't think about her, So from here, I don't know how to go on.
Well, sometimes our elderly, yes, on and off, sometimes they may dream of someone, past relatives. And what normally we will check with them is to ask them, so when you see them, how do you feel? So if they say, well, it's just like recalling back and, feel okay, doesn't feel scared or feel like, the dream is like very odd or very weird, or then it's okay. Just tell them, well, the main thing is when we have dreams, sometimes, of course, in our mental stream that it comes up. But sometimes some of them, if they are near to death, sometimes they will also see some past relatives. Normally we always remind them, it's okay to see them, but it's even more happier if you can see sometimes the Buddha or, higher. Because what we heard is most of the time, when they see past relatives, it can be a condition of pettas. Yeah, their pettas condition which is very near to human. They look like human. But they are in Petaram. That is the realm that it say is very near to human, and in their past life they have not done very badly or very good. It's just they passed their life normal, living, makan, tidur, kerja, then they didn't cultivate good things, neither do they do very bad things. Yeah. So in that state, sometimes they do appear. Yeah. And some may see animals. Yeah. Some they experience very weird, very eerie kind of what. So those kind of matters say is, if they latch on that for the last moment, then that's not good. Yeah. So we have to always try to bring their mind back to, those that they have conviction that will bring high frequency of the mind, good mental state, and encourage them to do so. Yeah. So you can just chat with her. So what do you feel? How do you feel? And you see auntie, you just ask them. Yeah. Then after that, slowly remind them, Mom, every day. Then you can chant for your aunt, wish her well, or whatever. Means you bring back to the good practice and to remind her to remember. Yeah. Yes. Those who are?
They can't think properly, and they are bedridden, they are very sick, like those stroke victims. All those. How can we help them to do good, encourage them?
Well, like I said, some of that like stroke, sickness, and they can't talk anymore. Again, a lot of good practice can help them, especially metta. So don't think that they are not conscious. They are still conscious. It's only like, if you have sick before and you have no strength, you know what it means, like trapped in the body, in a like locked like that, right? But the mind is still there. They are still clear. We think that they are not there, but they know. They know. So what you can do, you can actually stroke them, talk to them. Yeah, talk to them. Just say, whatever that they have in mind. Sometimes that they're worried about things or certain things that you feel that they still feel uneasy about things or feel sad or whatever emotion that they may have. we just kindly talk to them. Yeah. So when you talk to them, then you also have to remind them, yeah, that whatever it is, the situation is, just know that at this moment the body is unable to do that, but they can still, keep their mind calm, and also remind them of whatever good practice that they've been doing, and just remember that. And it is also very important, especially for those, let's say, they are, terminally ill, and there's no cure, and doctor say, it's just waiting for time. Sometimes it's helpful to tell them, even like for Buddhists, sometimes just say, they cannot say anything, but you talk to them, they say, would you like to take refuge in the Triple Gem? And for your blessings and protection, they say, I will chant, and you listen, and then you recite from your heart. You follow from your heart. So when you say that to them, they listen. You do it slowly, gently, so they'll be able to do that. I heard one of the sisters share with me, she do hospice work also. Some of the people, nobody come and visit, and some they are like, dragging. And so, because, right, sometimes they don't have direction, no conviction. So it's that you don't know where you're going, so you just hang on, don't know where you're going. If you know, then very easy. But you don't know where you're going, so the fear, the worry, the uncertainty. So what she did is she just told the uncle, as I say, uncle, would you like to take refuge in the Triple Gem? It will be a blessing and a good protection, and it will bring calm and peace. So I will chant, she said, and then you can recite from your heart. So she just chant for him, and just Namo Tassa, and then after Buddhang Saranang Gacchami, then 5 precepts. You see, after that, the next day, the uncle passed away peacefully. Because they don't know where to go, no direction, no peace, So when you help them to do certain things like that, then they are at peace, because they suddenly found a direction to go. Yeah, and this will be very helpful. So even very sick people, you think that they don't know, and they actually know. Even people in coma, you can touch them and then talk to them, and so they will be able to actually know, because we feel from our heart, the biomagnetic field, So it's the heart that is connecting, The ear, actually, normally before people pass away, the ear and the touch they're still intact. Eye may not be able to see, cannot smell, cannot taste, but touch, and the hearing is still there. All right? Yeah. Dementia. Sometimes you see, dementia, sometimes they are okay, sometimes they are not okay. So when they are not okay, don't simply talk. Because you never know when they are okay and when they are not okay. So it's always good to practice kindness all the way from your thought, from your speech, from your body. Because sometimes when they are okay and you talk badly, that hurts. I see dementia people, sometimes they're okay, sometimes they're not okay. So like I said, you never know when they are okay, but then you start talking to each other, mom like that, or, they may do something like you find like, not logic or, foolish or whatever, but having understood that mind comes in and out. So still, with kind thoughts, kind speech, kind bodily actions, and take them as an object of reflection. Like the Buddha said, our mind can be dull anytime in our life. So while we still have it, instill a lot of kindness in our thoughts, our speech, our bodily action. So you can help them by kind actions. They know. Yeah. But sometimes, of course, the things that they do is in contrast with what they do. Don't argue with them. They are always right. Really, don't argue with them. They are always right. Yeah. Because you start arguing, they get hurt, you get hurt. Yeah? So no point. So that's why the Buddha said, start with first ourselves, one who is first to start an act of kindness. Yeah. So we do that. So to help them really is our good practice. And these are where that we can help, like I say, repaying gratitude in different manner, because when the mind is dull, still when we can show kindness, that helps to transmit the good practice. Yeah. All right? Yeah. Yeah. To go for? Go old folks home. I remember there's one video, isn't it, in the YouTube. I don't know, maybe some of you have seen. And the father and the son was sitting beside. And the father, most likely, is Alzheimer or dementia. So the son was reading newspaper, so-called accompanying the father, right? And then suddenly a bird fly through. And the father suddenly looked up. What is that? Then the son looked up. And he just said, a bird, that kind of bird. A bird, that. Then again he looked to his newspaper, never talked to the father, but accompanying the father, so-called. So again, the father looked up again. What is that? Then the son looked up again, the same bird, the bird. A bird, that. Again, look at the newspaper. Again, not long, the father looked up again. What is that? Then the son, now this time is a bit burning inside. How many times I want to tell you that is a bird? And the father looked at the son, because maybe the son think that the father is Alzheimer, dementia, or whatever. He thought when he bursts out like that, the father will just, Then suddenly the father dig out a book, dig out a diary, dig out a diary, and then turn to the page, and then show him. Then he read. The father said, ask him, read. And then he read. What the father's diary wrote? When my son was, about 4 years old, 3 years old, at one time I brought him to the garden, and he saw a bird, and he asked me, what bird is that? Then I told him it's a bird. Okay? Then again, he was running, and he come back. What is that? I say, that is a bird. And he read, the father asked only 3 times, right? And the father wrote there, I think he asked 30 over times, but the father still tell him, that is a bird. Yeah. So then he cried. Yeah. Yeah. So, how much care our parents show us, how much nurturing that our parents show us, and how much sacrifice that they show us when we are helpless as a baby. 2 hours they have to wake up to feed us. They have sleepless night, our parents. But when we have sleepless night, we say, send them to home. How much that we can do for that? When we are helpless, they are always there. They never say, send us to the children home. They never say that. So in the Buddha Sutta, the Buddha never say, send your parents to home. Take care of your parents. No matter what, they are our parents. The 5 heinous crime? Yeah, 2 of them is killing of parents. Sometimes we may not think it's so serious. I have one real case. The father was, I think, 70 plus or 80. Not really senile, but a little bit. He has his own home to stay, and his grandchildren actually stay with him. But among the children, one or two maybe a bit greedy, and thinking, oh, that brother's child means is staying with grandpa. Maybe that house next time will be, will give to them. So this side, the sister was big greedy. Keep saying that, oh, father need better care, better send to nursing home. The brother don't really agree, but they insist. The father don't want to go. They insist. The father really said he don't want to go. And I have a house, why should I go? But they still insist. Send him to the nursing home. 1 week, he boycotted, he don't want to eat, and he died. Yeah, so sad. There are cases, a few cases I heard. Real cases. Yeah. So it's easy, like I say, when we are helpless, people help us. And especially our parents. No matter what, they bring us to this world. They introduce us to the world. They care for us. I say they have sleepless night. When we are sick, they are always there for us, no matter what. Yeah, no matter how naughty we are, sometimes they are also there. Yeah, patiently they try to nurture us. But when they are helpless, are we there for them? We say we are busy with work. Don't you think they are also busy with work when we are helpless? We are too, right? They are too busy with work, but they still have the time for us. So this is where repaying gratitude to parents. That's why the Buddha said it's very rare to find these two kinds of people. One who first start act of kindness, and the other one be thankful for the kindness done. So it is important for us. Yes, it's very tough. We know it's very tough. Unless you are sure that you are not doing that. I also heard cases, my elder sister told me, one of her colleagues, because husband and wife have to work. So they have a maid to take care of, but sometimes, they cannot really trust. And sometimes maid come and go. So very difficult to manage. What they do is they talk to the mother, and they care for the parents, the mother, and they talk to the mother, we have this kind of situation now, but we wish for your well-being. Yeah, we like to seek your permission. Yeah, for your safety and for your good care, to allow us to get you to the nursing home. But he said, Mom, every day I'll be there for you. Every day. Morning before he go to work, he will go and visit the mom. Coming back from work, she will go and visit the mom. So the mom feel very happy. He's cared for. She's cared for, safe. Because at home, they scared she's alone, fall down or whatever. So that's how he treat the mom. And husband and wife, they take turns. Every day, without fail, they will go and see. Then Sunday, off day, they bring the mom back. So if you can do that, no problem. Yeah. So this is very important, the way, the intention. And if it's really care, it's really love, I think no one would deny that. That kindness offered. But most of the time we think, so difficult, I cannot handle already, so pass to someone. So I can sleep, I can have a good sleep or whatever. Yeah. So depending on your intention. If the intention is kind, is wholesome, yes, no problem. Yeah. So, or else you feel the guilt. Yeah. And that guilt, the conscience, you cannot cheat on. Whether your intention is pure or impure, and that will create guilt. And that is not good for our mental health. Yeah. So, like I say in Sutta, there's no mention of, that you place your elderly in a home. Yeah. Like I say, unless you really truly for their safety, for really their care, so you will still be there for them. You're busy, yes, but you'll still be there for them. Means that is really repaying the gratitude, and helping them to understand and giving them a good, safe environment for their, at least that time that they spend before they go. Yeah, so very important to do that. And a lot of Chinese, like sometimes we observe, before their parents died, they didn't really care for. After the parents die, then they do, get all the sai gong, chao dou, so many things, they do for that. And what is the connection? Because you don't know where they end up. Yeah. So it's very important. Well, they're still alive. We have an ease of mind that we have really repay the best that we can for them. Yeah. So I say that it's a choice. Of course, Sutta never mentioned, but in our real life, we can do if we know that the intention is pure and both have the trust to do the best, to be kind to each other and to care for each other. Yeah. All right? I hope it answers your question. Yeah.
Okay. Any more questions? If not, then we end the Dhamma sharing today. I respectfully invite Ayah to lead us on the sharing of merits.
So let us compose our mind again. I recall to mind all the effort and all the good time spent in Kinrara Metta Buddhist Society to come to chant and to reflect on the good teaching of the Buddha, and also to listen to the Dhamma, so that we'll be able to uplift our mind to a higher state for our good practice and good development of the mind, to purify our thoughts, our speech, and our bodily actions, and to be kind to ourselves and to others, and to have gratitude for all the good things that have been done for our benefit, all the good intention for our well-being, and all the extra miles that others have done for our good living, for us to be able to walk the Dhamma's path, to lead a fruitful life. So with all these good merits that will grow, may this merit continue to pave way for you to grow in strength, in confidence, in the Triple Gem, in our understanding, and also loving kindness and compassion, and your right effort, your right mindfulness and concentration, so be able to develop the wisdom to penetrate into the profound Dhamma that leads to liberation. With all this good merit also, you will share this merit with all the loved ones, your families, your relatives, your friends, colleagues. May they too be blessed with good health and happiness, and also will be able to come in contact with the Triple Gem and grow in the Dhamma. We also share this merit with all the Devas, Nagas, mighty power, all the Dhamma protectors, all the guardian deities, including our own guardian deities and the guardian deities of this shrine, this locality. May they too rejoice in our merit, and in so rejoicing with our merit, continue to protect your well-being and safety, guide you to righteous path, and help you in times of need. May they also work long to protect and prolong the Buddha Dhamma, Buddha Sasana, and all the viharas for the well-being, for the happiness, and for the benefit of the many. And in due time, may they too liberate themselves. We also dedicate this merit for the spiritual well-being of our departed relative, teachers, and friends. May they too receive and rejoice with this merit and continue to move on to take good rebirth. And also be able to come in contact with Triple Gem, grow in the Dhamma, and one day be free from cycle of samsara. We also like to dedicate this merit in memory of our late Chief Kesri Dhammananda, and to Auntie Tan Tek Beng and the rest, and also in memory of Panya. May they also continue to inspire others in the Dhamma and be a good source of reference for good practice. We also dedicate this merit for the well-being of our community here. May they also be able to come to Kinrara Metta Buddhist Center to learn, to practice, and to realize the Dhamma for their own well-being and happiness, and for the well-being and happiness of the many. May our country and the world be stable and be in harmony. Our rulers and leaders rule and lead righteously. And may there be due season for good harvest. And may all beings be well and happy. And with all the good merits too, may I continue to meet and associate with all the noble righteous people, so be able to be guided and encouraged to walk the noble path faithfully and always be well and happy. And in a tradition of sharing merits, we now share the merits in the Pali version to the Devas and also in memory of our departed relatives. You may all chant together. Akasata ca bummata deva naga mahiddhika punyang tang anumoditva cirang rakkantu loka sasanang. Akasata ca bummata deva naga mahiddhika punyang tang anumoditva cirang rakkantu desanang. Akasata ca bummata deva naga mahiddhika punyang tang anumoditva cirang rakkantu mam paranti. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Idang me nyatinang hotu sukita huntu nyatayo. Sabbe satta bhavantu sukhitata. Sad. Yep.
Please be in the kneeling position to pay our respect to Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, including Ayah. Buddhang vandami Ayah. Dhammang vandami Ayah. Sanghang vandami Ayah. sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. I would like to invite Sister Su Chen to offer requisite to Ayah. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. There's an announcement. Sister Paru will be giving Dhamma sharing on significance of the practices during Vesak this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. after the morning break. Our weekly group meditation practice will be next Wednesday from 8 to 10 p.m. New or experienced meditators are welcome. There will be free Tuya clinic next Sunday. This Sunday, 2 to 4 p.m. In conjunction with the coming Vesak Day, we will invite you to fly the Buddhist flags in your home, symbolizing faith, global unity, and world peace. You may purchase the Buddhist flags from Brother YB at 90 ringgit each. Snap a photo of your flag at your home and share it with us via Joy and Peace WhatsApp group. We also welcome you to join Vesak celebration at KMBS on 28 and 29 May 2018. There will be food fair ticket for sale for charity for Arya Vihara. You can get a ticket from me, 10 ringgit per ticket, per booklet. Donation box for Arya Vihara is at the foyer. You may make donation if you wish. There will be Samari Novitiate Program 2018 from 12 to 24th June 2018. So those who want to take part, yeah, it's still available. You can sign up if you want. I already signed up. Yes. I think that's all about the announcements. We wish you to have a safe trip back. Okay, we see you again. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.